Yeah, this has turned into a pod. This is turning more into a podcast than anything else.
Yeah, but then
at
again,
this point.
a lot of my streams sort of work as podcasts. I mean, I've specifically brought up that the Tuesday trucking streams, I honestly almost think of them more as podcasts than anything, because I mean, it's just me and some other people hanging out, shooting the shit, and talking about whatever while I'm driving along a relatively featureless road. So if you don't want to watch what's going on, that's fine, because it's really not very important.
I
You're
don't know,
talking
on
about Truck
Tuesday's stream
Tuesday?
you flipped the truck. That was pretty
Yes,
cool.
that I did. I did in fact flip the truck at 140 kilometers an hour. That was sort of rad. It was also completely accidental, which is what actually makes it hilarious. Still, for that you can just, you know, check the YouTube video afterwards, so it's not that much of a concern. Now, Tomfoolery brings up my upcoming LP of Tail Concerto, and I will have you know that I have actually recorded the first 45 minutes of the game, and I will be editing it together into a viewable video either tomorrow or Monday.
Alright.
And then I just need to grab my secret co-commentator.
Aha. That's right, you did say you were going to have somebody.
And it's a girl.
Yes.
Totally. I know, right?
Mega gasp.
Girls aren't allowed to do LPs.
Actually, she is part of a pretty darn good LP that has been met with a lot of success, so...
I would start making guesses, but that would ruin the surprise, so I shall just not say anything and wait till you actually bring it out.
Or I can just tell you who it is, because it's not actually a secret.
Well, there you go.
I mean, you can actually go to the LP request thread and go back a page or two, and you will actually see her discussing the thread with me, so...
Huh.
It's not that super secret. But then again, let's not bring it up any further anyway, because you know what's more important than LPs? Horse streams. And I'm of course speaking of equine urine, which is a very common ingredient in Chinese natural medicine.
Oh
No,
boy.
seriously. Okay, there we go. Fanny is maxed out to the max. So
That's one.
That's one. Next up is Sunky. Yep, Sunky sounds about right. Alistair wants to know if you can play a horse in Tokyo Jungle. Yes, you can. You can play both a Gallop Thoroughbred and a Zebra.
I think the zebra would be a little more sturdy than the thoroughbred.
Yes. Especially since it's a Japanese Thoroughbred, and they're sort of legendary for just, you know, falling apart if you even look at them. They're extremely good at running medium distances, but if you try to make them do anything else, or if you just if they just trip over their own feet, they can break their legs.
Mm.
They're built like porcelain cannons, basically.
And I know what happens when horses become lame.
Yep, especially if they're thoroughbreds meant for racing.
Yeah. That was not pretty to watch. Well, which part of the Triple Crown was it? They had to put down the filly, on the track because she just had ripped her legs apart so bad.
Yeah.
That was a couple of years ago.
I know that one of the Swedish hopes for the dressage actually couldn't show up because her horse was in an accident and they had to put it down.
Oh.
And it was like something like 2 months left, and they said that there was basically no way for her to get enough practice in with a replacement horse for her to actually have a chance at competing, so...
That sucks.
That sucks indeed.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Still, since we're talking about Japan anyway, I brought it up a bit in the first stream that Japan still has a rather expansive horse culture when it comes to competitions and sports and such. Like sled dragging, for example, is still a traditional horse sports, especially on Hokkaido, where they basically just have sleds and the horse pull them, and they go over hills and all kinds of stuff.
That's cool. Might have to talk to one of my friends if she's ever done it, because she was born in Hokkaido.
And now Tom Fullery and Skeletons are now noting that they want truck cast and horse cast audio. So yeah, sure. Since I'm always extracting and fixing up the audio for the streams anyway, before I actually put it together with a video, every time I have a stream I am guaranteed to have the full edited audio lying around in a file, so sure, I can make sure to start exporting that to MP3 as well while I'm at it. And I suppose I could just extract the audio from the already encoded files as well. That should not be a problem. Man, imagine going to the gym with truck cast in your ears.
I think I'd have a hard time doing my lifts and stuff.
You know, it was actually funny. Earlier this week, out of randomness and half needing background noise, I actually loaded up the Sims streams and watched all, 7 hours?
Something like that, yeah.
Of both parts. So, half watched, half listened to.
Yes, the music on the stream is actually coming from the game because there is only one music track. There is only one music track and it doesn't even loop, it fades out and then it fades back in, so you never get to hear the start or end of the song.
I didn't notice that last night.
Yep. And no, Camaro, there are no crossbreeds whatsoever. If you crossbreed two different horses, you get one or the other. Which is exactly why we cannot afford to crossbreed, because then we might end up with a horse that pushes on genetics and that brings us another Pegasus.
We don't want another Pegasus.
Yeah, and no problem. The horses make no sound whatsoever. They are perfectly silent. The only noise they make is that their hooves make a bit of noise when they jump, but that is so low that I can't even hear it where I'm sitting.
The music drowns it out.
Yeah.
The horrible, ear-destroying, grating music. I don't know. Again, I
Son,
can't
this
hear
is my 10th hour with this music. Don't step. Okay? Just back off.
Officially backed off.
He's not even listening to it. He doesn't have the stream on.
Son of a bitch. So I am actually the only one.
Well, I'm sure the stream chat is listening to the lovely music.
They're just looking at the pretty horses. They have it muted.
Yes, Panther, 10 hours. He put 9 in yesterday, and
he's gonna put in more today.
Yeah, basically my aim is that every time I start up this game we are going to get one level 5. Hopefully. Whether there's anything left of my sanity or will to live is largely irrelevant at this point.
I still question that after the Neo Geo library run.
I always bring this up every time the library runs are discussed, that what probably cemented me as being completely out of my gourd, honestly, is after working my way through all the how many did we end up doing? Like 560 games or something like that for the Master System. I think we hit something like that. That I actually decided to do another library run immediately afterwards, and then another one immediately after that. But after three of them in a row, I was pretty tired of that shit, I have to admit.
well, yeah.
19 weeks. Seriously, I spent 19 weeks at roughly 3 to 3.5 hours every week on that Neo Geo library run. And then you can just count backwards and realize that I have probably spent more time playing Neo Geo games than anyone else in the stream.
Yeah.
Unless you happen to be one of those Neo Geo fanatics that have it like set up a actual ABS system in your room or something like that.
No, I can't say I do.
Closest I have is Main 32. I'm not afraid to admit that.
What, you don't like $500 game cards? Come on, bro.
If I was made out of money, sure.
Now that expression always confused me, because if you were made of money, wouldn't you desperately try to avoid spending it, because you would literally be handing out parts of your own body? I mean, wouldn't that be fatal after a while? You're like down one arm because you spent too much money.
I think the assumption is as you spend some, then you wait, you'll regrow that money back.
Regenerating money.
I think that's the assumption. Wait, do we have everything up to at max now?
Yes, I do believe so. So here's what we're going to do now.
Well, except intelligence, it looks like.
We are going to head up into the Ecurie. And before they are willing to mate, they must be in perfect condition. So we are going to simply hold this glittering green thing over them, and slowly but surely their spirit gauge will raise back to the max. There we go, now you are ready to breed, excellent. Let's get to work on Fanny as well. Rub that Fanny. Rub that Fanny raw.
I know people were going, haha, Fanny. I think Fanny might be a German name.
It's actually a Swedish name, if nothing else. It's a completely normal name in Sweden.
Yeah, because we had an exchange student when I was in high school who was from Germany, and her name was Fanny. So.
Oh god. Poor girl.
She was awesome though. I don't think anyone gave her flack for it or anything like that.
Of course not. If you give a German flack, they'll fire back. And then we have a Gazer. Just look at the Gazer. Look at this horse. Holy shit. Look at all these cup hookers. Wow. Just wow. This horse. This horse is amazing. And she's perfectly serene, virgin, white and sparkling. Because she's so purebred.
Look at my horse. My horse is amazing.
In this case, it rings true. Alright, so Clarice will breed with what horse? Sankey, Fanny or Bowden? It doesn't actually matter, because they are perfectly fine with immaculate conception from homosexual relationships.
Fanny then.
And from that we get Linda, the level 3 Cheval de Mon.
How long does it take to for them to basically grow up?
Not long at all. It's just a matter of a minute or so.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, pretty much once you leave this area.
Sankey gets with Bowden. Oh wait, right. We don't actually have enough space in the stables. Now this is basically where the problem comes in.
Jeez.
So we need to grab one of the horses that had just bred. Then it will have 2 hearts to show that it is no longer a virgin. And then you sell it off. So you have enough room. Now you might think, hey, why don't you get more stable space? I actually have upgraded stable space to the max. We can't get any more stable space.
Yeah. And Puck, that little child there, that's supposedly us.
Yeah. That is the player character because haha.
And we get Charlotte.
Charlotte, Jonathan, Charlotte, etc.
Oh god.
Wait, who's the one who did Horses? Chocolate Donuts?
Chocolate Donuts did Horses too, actually, but yes, he's the one that did that.
Okay.
He is the criminal. He is the culprit.
Yeah.
Alright, we should probably set Lady Agacia to work. Send her off and, like, go to the gallops or something. It's a fresh level 3. Wonderful.
Well, we can get up to a level 4 currently. Because we have 2 level 3s, yes?
Yep, but we also need to pick out a fresh level 2. And hopefully we will actually have... Let's see, old civilizations, yes, this is a demon horse. Thank goodness I read enough French to actually figure out which one is which. It will be awfully embarrassing if I accidentally grab the wrong horse. Epsom. Epsom the demon horse.
Yes, we will switch games after we get our level 5 demon horse.
And get our crystal.
And our crystal, so that might
What
take a
game
while.
exactly will be switching to then? The Arthur face cam of me just staring blindly ahead.
Looking at us with dead, lost, dead soulless eyes.
Yes.
Now the worst thing is, as horses level up, they get more and more advanced courses, and it becomes more and more difficult to actually get the A rank, which means that if I screw up even a little, we will have to make it 7 training sessions rather than 6.
Poof.
Yes, Puck, we will be playing Minesweeper. I will just, move from this incredibly boring game to something more exciting and stimulating, like Minesweeper.
Minesweeper.
Now, all these people that seriously believe that we will have time to play anything else tonight, wow, you are you're hilarious. That's not how Secret of the Magic Crystal works. The Secret of the Magic Crystal. Oh hey, I guess you won another cup. Wonderful work, my dear.
And got us 400 more.
Yep, and we need a constant positive cash flow because the level 2 foals are 1,000 apiece.
Mm-hmm.
And selling the horses back once they're, fully grown, I think it's 400 for a level 2, 1,000 for a level 3 or something like that. So we actually need a working horse, so to speak, to bring home the bacon.
Or at least compensate. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say that, and if any of the horses get sick again. Yeah, that was funny last night.
Oh god.
What the?
If you miss any of the arrows in a set, you don't get to press any of the others.
Oh.
Which is hilarious when you're up to level 5 training and there are like 4 or 5 arrows in a set and you miss, and the horse just drops its head and then it just marches through the obstacles, crushing them and throwing them aside. Fuck your shit.
I'm sorry that you missed my bird, Puck.
Now, Sheep, the thing is, since we're training all the horses at the same time, there are no idle horses to send on missions. The only idle horse we have is a geisha. And the thing is, once we get up to the point where it's time to breed the 2 level 4s, I'm not entirely sure that we will, have enough room unless we sell off even more horses, which means that we will only really have space for 1 working horse at any given time.
Now, does the level 5 disappear once they get their magic crystal?
Nope. Still around.
I'm kind of surprised you don't have your level 5 Pegasus as your workhorse for the time being instead.
I sold it in order to bring in the money needed to actually start working on the next set of horses.
Got it, okay.
I guess Bay has basically performed so incredibly well. And has earned us 2 separate achievements, so I felt that, Speaking of achievements, normal in this game when you get an achievement, it opens up a browser window and tries to direct you to Facebook so that you can register your wonderful Secret of the Magic Crystal achievement on Facebook and let everyone know. So by the end of last night's stream, I had 8 tabs worth of Facebook open. Luckily,
That's
I have
actually
managed to
funny.
find the option that shuts that shit off.
Yep.
So we are never going to worry about that ever again.
That would have been wonderful, I'm sure. Especially if it actually auto-posted.
Well, actually, apparently it does. It just asks you to log in so it can do it.
Ah. So lucky for you, you don't have it set up that you stay logged in.
Fuck no. I only log in like once a year.
Sounds like me.
I tend to be on a little more frequently, but recently I had to bug all my friends going, "Hey guys, I need a security clearance. Can this guy come and talk to you?" So, I had to message everybody.
Yeah, but you have a valid reason to use it.
Since I will be handling incredibly deadly ordnance aboard a vessel on sea, I will not be able to make as many Facebook updates as I have in the past. I hope you do not mind.
Yeah.
Which is not many to begin with, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, I don't really post that much. Like, I go on, but I don't post that much. Just because... Well, what am I gonna say? Yeah, I'm waiting around until Congress gets its shit together and I have a budget and I can actually go to my job, and until then I'm looking for work.
Yeah, you know, I admit I do the same. I just, quote, stalk people, see what they're up to. I rarely post myself, so mostly it's the
Facebook
whole...
lurkers.
It's mostly the whole, is somebody trying to get a hold of me? Is there something important I need to be aware of? No, okay, moving on.
Yep.
Tapam, I do occasionally send the level 4 horses off to do something, but the thing is that I want to minimize the amount of time I spend doing other things than training, because the UI in this game is horrendously slow, which means that it takes like 2 minutes to get one of those horses off to do something. And at that time I am basically so annoyed that I don't even care anymore. Man, I want a parfait. Can someone order me a parfait?
Have Frankentan do it.
He couldn't make one if he had a gun to his head. He probably doesn't even know how. Probably doesn't even know what it is.
I was gonna say, doesn't mean he has to make it, he can run out and get you one.
At 9:30 in a city with 100,000 inhabitants in northern Sweden in the middle of winter.
There's
Fair
not a
enough.
McDonald's that sells them.
Not here. I'm sorry to say.
And besides, he'd probably need 2 of them, because they're mini parfaits, not full-size ones.
I actually can't say I've ever had one from there, I just know they make them.
Yeah, neither can I.
I am aware that this is a thing.
Yeah,
It is
exactly.
not. It is not a good thing, but it is a thing.
Pretty much the only thing I go there for are chicken nuggets and fries on the
Oh
occasion.
god.
The
Seriously,
horrible fries.
how can you Americans eat chicken nuggets at McDonald's? I don't understand.
Well,
I mean, haven't you seen what they're actually made of?
Nope, nope, nope. And I'm
apparently
perfectly happy
they've
with
gotten
that.
a little better with what they're made out of, but it's still not great.
Ignorance is bliss. I will use
In
that.
this case, I will have to admit it sort of is, because if you had seen that pinkish sludge that comes out that they actually then, fry up to make it look like chicken meat, you would be surprised at what you've been stuffing yourself with.
Yeah. No, I maybe go to McDonald's maybe once or twice a year.
God, I haven't been there in weeks.
Yeah, and it's usually if I'm going, it's because we're using the bathroom because we're on a road trip, in which case I'll get like a shake.
Chef Ace, I'm not assuming every American eats at McDonald's, but the thing is that Ben specifically stated that he ate chicken McNuggets at McDonald's, and that is why we are discussing the chicken McNuggets at McDonald's. If you have trouble following my line of reasoning here, I can explain it further, but it might take a while.